Hi guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back, and if you can't tell by the title of this video, I have some big news to share with you guys that I'm so excited to share with you, and I've been waiting for months to share with you. I have already filmed this video so many times before. I have made over 5 different get ready with me's, multiple vlogs, multiple sit down videos and chats, and it just kept messing up. Big kerfluffles, big hot messes, things just kept happening, and so I was just over it. I was getting frustrated because I'm so excited to share this news with you, and so we're just doing it like this. We are just having a relaxed chat, and I'm just gonna tell you what's been going on, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I can't wait to share with you guys. But for obvious things, the title of this video is letting you know that the big news is that we are moving, which is so exciting. If you've never seen me before, hello, my name is Sarah, and if you have but you don't quite know our living situation or you forgot, my husband and my 2 daughters and I have been living in a 2-bedroom apartment for over 7 years. And we have been so blessed with this space and this home, and I'm so thankful that we've been able to live here and have a safe space, especially through some really hard things in our life. But we have desperately wanted a house. We have desperately wanted space for our girls. We wanted to add to our family. We wanted space for us. We wanted to not be in apartments and renting anymore, and we have just been so anticipatory to be able to live in a space that was our own. But we just kind of kept running into things over and over again. I struggled with really bad postpartum depression and anxiety after my youngest was born. Right after that, my mom got diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, and we ended up shutting down our business that we co-owned together for her to focus on treatment and just to live her life and enjoy it. My dad passed away suddenly. The pandemic started right after that. We lost our 16-week-old baby boy. My husband lost his job in the middle of the pandemic. I mean, it was just like constantly. It just felt like we're never going to move. It just was never the right time, or we just emotionally were just like distraught and grieving, or financially we couldn't do it, or whatever. It was just like, we're never gonna move. And we kind of came to terms with that. But we also live in an area where we're super thankful. We love it here. We live in Texas, North Texas, and specifically. There are definitely some things that I would love to change about Texas, but on a whole, I have loved living here. I was born here, I've grown up here, but there's been a lot of new growth and new migration here, which has been amazing. We've had a lot of companies and commercial industries, big industries come move here. We've had a lot of infrastructure built, and it's been incredible, but it definitely has been harder because it has raised a lot of the cost of living here, which I know has been a huge struggle for so many of us all over the world, but specifically right here in the States. I know that it's been really hard, and with the interest rates and inflation and everything, it's just been crippling. And so it felt like to be able to stay in the current city that we're in, which is where we really wanted to reside because my mom's here, and now that my dad's passed away, she'd be by herself. But to be able to buy a house, we would have to move a lot farther out. And it was just something that I felt like my husband and I just didn't feel comfortable with. We didn't want my mom to be on her own. We didn't want my mother-in-law to be on her own. I mean, she lives with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, but just to not be able to be around her and for her not to be able to be around the girls as often, it just was not in the cards for us. It was like, we're going to stay in this apartment just to be able to be with them. That was more important. So I have been wanting to inherit my childhood home for years and years now. It was something that was really important to me. I was willing to buy my brothers out of their share of the house. I was willing to forfeit some of my inheritance, give it to them, split it to them, do whatever to make it equal and fair for all of us, but I desperately wanted my childhood home. That's where I have the most memories with my dad. I had brought both of my girls home there. That place has been a safe haven for so many times in my life, and I love it. And I love the area, I love the city, I love the school district for my girls. There's just so many good things about it, and I wanted it so badly. come to find out, my brothers really couldn't care less. They weren't really wanting to hold on to the house. It wasn't a big deal to them. So I was so excited to be able to be like, kind of stake my claim, like, I want this house. But of course, inheriting a house means that my mom would no longer be here. And after already losing my dad, I couldn't even imagine not having my mom here, having either of my parents here. And I'd much rather live in a 2-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life than not be able to have that time with my mom. So everything was continually just like, you know what, we're on hold, we're not gonna think about it. But my mom in December, kind of brought up the idea of inheriting the house early. So she currently lives in the house, which is a 2-story large house. It's beautiful and it's great, but it's large and there's a lot of upkeep to it. She has a pool and multiple animals, and it's a lot of land for suburbia. She's a very large backyard and front yard, and it's just a lot of work for her. She's active and healthy and doing incredible and living her life, but it's just a lot. And also with the passing of my dad, I think that there's a lot of loneliness there. My dad passed away right at the end of 2019, and then the beginning of 2020, while we were still kind of going through the loss and grieving him and dealing with the fact that we didn't have him during the holidays and all that stuff, the pandemic hit. And so I feel like life has just been on pause for all of us for a really long time. And now that the pandemic is resolved for the most part, we have treatment options, we have vaccines, we have testing, all of those things. Life has gone back into somewhat of a normality, but not really, but somewhat. And I think that we just all kind of realized, like, it's time to kind of move forward and make goals for our future and for ourselves and for our family. And my brother was ready to, you know, he's been there taking care of my mom for a long time since my dad passed away, but has just been ready to move out and let his wings fly and live his best life. But we didn't want my mom to be alone. We didn't want her to feel lonely. We know there's been a lot of research done to show that the aging population's health and mental health and actual physical health declines rapidly with loneliness. And we didn't want my mom to have to feel burdened by a house, or to be able to have to worry about staying there all the time to be able to take care of the dogs if she wanted to go on a trip or go with her friends or do whatever she wanted to do. We just want her to have that life, so she can decide however she wants to spend the rest of her life and do all the things she wants and make goals and have dreams. And so she brought up the idea of us basically inheriting the house early and moving in with her. It's a big thing. We obviously have been living on our own for a long time, and moving back in with your mom when you're married with kids is a big difference. But it has been so exciting and such a blessing, I think, for all of us involved. It allows my mom to have a lot more freedom, allows her to not have to worry and stress about so many things. That we can help take care of the house and pay the bills and do all the things that she doesn't need to have to worry and burden herself with anymore. We just want her to enjoy her life and have the dreams that she wants and make goals and do the things that she just really wants to do now. Along with letting us have kind of our dream, have that space, and start kind of being able to renovate that home into something that we are really excited about and fits us a little bit more. So we actually have already started doing that. We've been renovating the house for a number of months now. So the second half of this video is actually going to be just a big kind of like vlog of all the different renovations that we've done, the changes, our plans, just all the projects that we've been working on and behind the scenes of it all. I'm so excited to share it with you. The house has just changed dramatically, and it is turning out to be such a fun experience, but a really hard experience, and I have learned a lot, and I'm really gosh darn proud of myself because I'm the least like handy woman ever, but I have done some really like intense thing. It's not intense. I've done some things that I've been proud of, that I've learned, and it's been fun. It's been hard though, but I'm excited to share them with you and kind of the future of what that looks like. I also can't wait to do more decorating videos. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering where those have been, and we've known since December that we were moving, and honestly I just felt like I had no care in the world to worry about this place anymore. I just have been so focused on working there and the renovations and all that stuff that honestly and unfortunately our home here is kind of taking a bit of a hit, but it's just because I couldn't manage everything at the same time. But the home decor videos are coming back and then some, because we have so much more space. I cannot wait to show you all the stuff that we've done. The first kind of main wing of the house is ours. My mom still has her room and her little living area and her little nook and her space because that's hers, and she still, obviously, we plan hopefully and pray that she has many more years to enjoy the space that she has, and we don't want to just encroach and just take over and be like, okay, everything's, get rid of all your stuff. That's absolutely not what we want to do. And so we kind of equally just kind of split the house in half, and so we have kind of the front wing of the house and all the upstairs, and she kind of has her living room area and her bedroom and the kitchen. And so we'll show you kind of like the difference between the two, but kind of the whole front wing has been just completely redone. We actually are creating a library, is what I'm calling it, because it's what I have been dreaming to have my whole life. Just a space to just be ours and mine specifically, my little space, my little safe haven. But it's going to be kind of our family living area for now. And the girls will have a playroom. I've had so many guys questions about like, how do we do toys? How do we store everything? And honestly, I have not had any good advice, and that's why I haven't made a video about it, because we have no space. I just make do. So I'm so excited to share with you the playroom and the great design idea I have with that. We're redoing the girls' room, we're doing it up for them and kind of giving them a cool older girl tween room. We are renovating our room and a bathroom, and we are just so excited to share this stuff with you guys. And yeah, so that's the big news. I'm sure you guys probably assumed that's what it was. Thank you so much for those of you in my Easter video who were just so kind and thoughtful when I talked about the upcoming big news, but that I wanted to clarify that it wasn't a pregnancy announcement or anything baby related. That has been a journey. It's been a hard journey and heavy journey, and we are currently working through that, but I don't know what the future of that looks like right now, and struggling with secondary infertility has been, and late pregnancy loss has been really difficult. And I know people totally mean well, but I get comments all the time and questions all the time and DMs all the time when we're having more babies and what that looks like for us. And I think that, you know, adding to the family, having kids, not having kids, it's such a personal decision, and people totally mean well and they just want to, you know, talk about it, but it can be really heartbreaking and hard to discuss, or something you just don't want to discuss. It's a personal thing. And so I'm just so thankful for you guys to be so understanding and seeing where I was coming from with that. So thank you for that. But the exciting thing is that we are moving, and I can't wait to share with you guys. So like I said, the second half of this video is kind of the precursor or the full-on transformation of the main stuff, and then from here on out we're just gonna keep working on it. I have lots of decor content coming your way. I have some, like, I'm so ready to, because of my library coming together and just being my exciting little space, I am so into just like my books again and just diving into being a reader and the obsession I have with that. And so I want to make book videos. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that, so I have been acquiring some books I'm going to do a book haul with, talk about books I've read recently that I literally can't stop talking to anyone and everyone about because I'm so excited about it. I have fashion content coming your way. I have started my What's for Dinners back up. Just lots of really fun things to look forward to. I'm trying to get into vlogs as well. I know that's something that you guys have really been wanting to see, and so I'm going to try to do that this summer and kind of focus, and this is kind of a little bit of a buffer into that, so we can get used to kind of vlogging and working through that. It's a little bit harder than it looks, I think. I just feel like I just get in my head too much about it. But yes, that is it. I'm sorry for the ramble, but that is as good as it's gonna get, guys. So this is a huge blessing, and obviously this isn't an opportunity that is just, you know, super easy or something that everyone is able to get. And so I know that this is a privilege that I am so thankful for. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a blessing, and I feel like some people may have, you know, not the best feelings about it or the best thoughts about it, but I truly am thankful for this blessing. We plan on taking over bills, and we have been putting money into the renovations of the house and basically taking over, and being able to support my mom in a way, and her supporting us as well, emotionally, and just being able to kind of be able to have this opportunity. There's just so many blessings in this, and I am very aware of that. So I just wanted to clarify that I know that this is kind of not the same as being able to buy a house outright, but allows us, for my girls to stay in the same district, for my mom to be able to be with us more, for us to be able to be with her more, for us to be able to help upkeep the house and the space that she is in. And for us to be able to kind of have that dream, and for me to be able to have a dream of being able to inherit my childhood home. So all really great things, big dreams coming true, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys. So keep an eye out. There's a lot of stuff coming your way, and that's it. So let's jump into the vlog and the house reveal stuff now. Okay, one more thing. I will probably also be doing some packing and cleaning videos and decluttering and all of those fun things, mostly to keep myself accountable because I don't want to do them. I'm way too behind. We move in like 6 weeks, and I've been busy, so busy working and renovating on the new house that I haven't done anything here, and it's starting to stress me the heck out. But the girls are almost out of school. They have like less than a week left, and so once they're out of school, I guess I will have a little bit more leeway with routine, so I don't have to stress out about that as much. But there will going to be some vlogging, lots of vlogging through this process, and decluttering, and like I said, home decor stuff. But I also want to know still, again, like what things that you still want to see, if there's any new things coming up with this big news that you're interested in, all of that stuff. So please let me know, but I did want to clarify that there will be some of that stuff too. So I can't wait to share all that stuff with you. I know I've kind of taken a brief pause, but I've just been so busy working on the house and haven't been able to quite share everything with you guys yet, and so I haven't been able to do as many videos. But I can't wait to share with you guys the journey and where we're at. So okay, that's it. Have to go pick up the girls real quick from school, but I wanted to kind of share with you guys the space and kind of what's coming along so far. So this was one big room, but we decided to kind of separate it and create 2 separate rooms. So this will be staying the formal dining room area, but this we made into like a little living room space, and I'm so excited for it. It's coming together. The walls in. Tomorrow they're gonna work on you know, texturizing the walls and finishing it up. And then we're gonna move on to painting. We're gonna replace the flooring. I'm really excited. It's turning out really well. These are the colors that we went with. It was between these two, and this we went with this one, which is a tiny bit warmer. It's like called antique white, and this was cozy white. So we're gonna replace it with this, and I'm so excited. We're going to paint all of this area with this antique white color, and inevitably or eventually, Jazz and I want to redo the stairs and take out the wall and do like a banister. But for now, we're just going to paint the white, and then we're going to repaint this a black color, because right here we will have a black sliding like barn door, and it looks really cool. I'm really excited to share that with you. So that will go right there. So I'm gonna try to bring in the black and other elements. We're gonna replace the light fixtures, kind of redo everything. I'm so excited. Flooring is gonna be redone, and then we're thinking about wallpapering this wall up with something kind of fun to have like a little bit of pop of color, since everything's gonna be so white. And yeah, I'm so excited. So this is kind of the beginning of the process, but I just wanted to share it with you guys, and we're gonna replace the door as well eventually. That's what's going on so far. Big news, big exciting things. All right, first coat is done for the stair rail. I'm not super loving it. It did not match the color swatch that we saw at the store. It's definitely like more of a very cooler tone, like very dark gray. I'm hoping that with more coats and once it dries down a bit darker, because I really want it to be as dark black as this like iron door. This is what I'm looking for. So that is very different, but we will make do. We'll figure it out. But so far, so good. At least that's done. And now we move on to the rest of here. Jazz has been painting the trim area, and now he, looking like a stud, is painting just the rim. so this is our current progress, but this is where we're stopping for the video today. So a lot has changed since you first saw it. You'll see before and afters, but there's obviously still a lot to get done. But right now, this is where we're stopping for this video. So our next projects are, we're gonna change out these light fixtures. So this one, and this one. We're gonna change those out. That's our next step. Right here, we ended up using like 3 different coats of 3 different paints, but it ended up being pretty close to the door. Not quite as deep and rich as that one, but it will do just fine. Right here, I'm gonna do a gallery wall, but I just haven't got to finding the prints yet, but I need something to kind of break up all this white because there's a lot of white. So I'm gonna do some really pretty prints going up the wall. And then right here, I originally wanted to do kind of like, not a built-in, but kind of like a mudroom style entryway, because the girls, we use our shelves and our hooks all the time. They're really, really helpful for the girls' backpacks and coats and things like that. And I thought about doing, it's not paneling, but you know what I'm talking about. I cannot think of what it is right now. Anyway, with like the wood vertical pieces and then like a shelf ledge. But we thought it would be weird if it just cut off right here at the stairs, and there's no way I'm going all the way up the wall with that. So instead, I'm going to get like a long, nice wooden shelf that matches closer to this wood color. And then we're gonna put hooks underneath it. And then I have this really pretty velvet bench that I got from Wayfair that has storage for shoes. So that's gonna be kind of the entryway area. Right here, another project that we wanna do is end up just taking these floors and putting them here. There's just a really long hallway with more hallways, and so it's expensive to change it out, but we end up really, really liking these floors. These are Pergo, and we like them a lot. The only issue is all the dust and debris shows up pretty easily because they're darker, but they're really pretty, and I've now worked on them, moved furniture on them, got water and stuff on them, accidentally spilled paint on them, and everything has come up perfectly. So I really, really like these. And so we plan on changing these ones out. We've had these for a very long time, and they were kind of like the newer, or like the first generation of like the durable faux wood floors, and they're just, as you can tell, like pulling apart at all the seams, and they are ready to go. So that is the next project, just to transition all of that over. Over here, I'm going to move this piano to this wall, and I want this to be kind of like a very Little Women-esque style formal dining room. We're going to change things a little bit around here, and I do plan on wallpapering half of this wall and doing that paneling that I cannot think of the name of it right now in here, to kind of add a bit more dimension and again some color, just to kind of break up things. But that is a project for another day. There's more stuff that is more important to get done than that one right now. But I'm gonna move the piano over here, and I kind of wanted to make it, like I said, like a Little Women-esque style dining room. And here I'm gonna put a console table, or like a buffet or sideboard. We have basically used the piano to collect all of our like keys and stuff when we walk in the door, and it's just hurt the piano and scratched everything up and everything. And so Eleanor has been really, really into learning the piano right now and playing it, and so I want to try to preserve this as long as possible. And this is my mom's for when she was little, so it needs to be tuned. But other than that one, we also want to change out the cushion, and then move that though over there. No idea what I'm gonna do in this corner yet, but here is the library entrance. So this is just a sliding barn style door. I really, really like this door. The only thing I don't like is it came in either frosted glass or clear paned, but I like the frosted to add like a little bit more of a privacy. But it, for whatever reason, it has like all of the, like the film like wants to separate and come off, and it's really annoying, and I've noticed it's like happening more and more. I don't know if it's the weather or heat, but we're not touching it. I'm trying to be really careful, but that's definitely annoying. But I do really like the door other than that. So anyway, if you come in the library, so we're still in the middle of working in here, otherwise all the dust and yuckiness would be away. This is an air conditioner because it gets kind of toasty. This you saw me sanding and painting. I got this wood mantle off of Facebook Marketplace for $70. It's giant. It was such a steal. I love it. I ended up using the same paint that I painted the banister. So again, we're just trying to bring in and make everything cohesive. So I love this. I think it turned out really, really good. It took way too long, but it was fun. I ended up watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I normally just listen to music or podcasts, but I wanted to watch something. I always joke, like, my husband is like always watching something. No matter what he's doing, he will put something on. If he's like taking a shower, if he's cooking, if he's cleaning, like, he will put something on to watch. I can't do that because I will only watch it. Like, I can't just listen to something in the background. And that's what kept happening. Is like I would watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I've already seen, but I was like, I just gotta refresh before the new season comes out. And I just kept looking over and pausing. So it was fun, but I took way longer than I probably should have. Anyway, this we're probably going to move to that wall, I think. Maybe this wall, but we haven't decided quite yet. And we are going, I'm going to try to do like a project to kind of create a backing with like foam bricks or tile or something like that, to kind of make it look more of like an actual fireplace. But I do plan on filling it with like books and pillar candles, faux candles on timers and stuff like that. So that's still another project, but at least the main project is done. But that's probably gonna go on this wall or this wall. We have to do that outlet. All of this like is dust from sanding indoors, which I tried to prevent with the tarp, but was not thinking properly. But it was rainy and humid and there was no way I could get this done outside. So we did it inside, so now I have to wipe down everything because it's everywhere. Anyway, but this room is pretty much done other than that, after just cleaning and dusting and then getting rid of some furniture. That is gonna stay, that's gonna stay, and that's gonna stay. And that's it. Everything else is leaving. And this is the beginnings of our little library. Over here, I think I'm gonna have like some bookshelves, like the little book nook corner, and then a nice comfy chair, different from this one. And then our couch is going on this wall. Our TV is actually gonna go on top of the dresser. And we have a record player and all that stuff over here. All of the dust. Anyway, so this room is pretty much done. It turned out really good. I love that we had the same green paint in our apartment right now, and I just loved it so much that we decided to paint the whole entire room this moody, cozy green color. Just makes me think of a library that you would like to just get all like cozy in. So that is the library. And then going up the stairs, like I said, the gallery wall and the light fixtures, but this whole entire landing, it goes back pretty deep, will actually be the girls' playroom, play area, art area. So right now it's filled with all a bunch of moving and packing boxes and stuff, so I'm not gonna go up there because you couldn't see anything. But that's gonna be a whole designed area. I can't wait to share with you guys the theme that I thought of for that one. The girls' rooms are up there, and then there's a large room over here, and that will be Jazz's and my room, and then we have a bathroom up there. So that's kind of the upper wing of the house that we will be having. And then my mom's space kind of just goes back and to the left. So our kind of wing stops where the arch is, right here. And that is how everything's looking so far. It's taken a lot of work, a lot of time, but I think it's turning out really good. I'm really excited to see it when it all comes together. It's definitely pretty stressful right now, just like moving and construction renovating is, but it's coming together. So that is the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to keep up with this journey, I would love if you subscribed and followed along, as I can share with you guys some more of the fun things that we're working on. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys.